Good stuff. All right, welcome everybody to the podcast. We have a special guest, which is MarlonD, who I would put up more content on the description. You want to check out his album, which is great as well. He also has his own podcast that is on Anchor as well, and I'll put the rest of his material on there for you guys. But Marlon, thank you for joining us and making the time. I know you're all the way in San Diego. How's the weather treating you over there?
It's hot. It's hot as hell, man. Damn.
I wanted to ask you, man, this is something that I was listening to your podcast, and I really like how you've been around in the game for a really long time. And a question that kind of hit me was, if you could always correct me too on the question, is why is it that with Asians, why isn't it as big for you guys in hip hop? Is there something that's going on there that isn't mainstream for you guys?
There's a few people that made it, like Apple Diab from Black Eyed Peas, Chad Hugo from the Neptunes, partners with Pharrell. So there's a few of us that did make it in the mainstream level, but on the underground level, there's only a couple of us, you know what I'm saying? So I do think that we got to be represented more, and I'm trying to do my part, you know what I'm saying?
And I was gonna say, for yourself, what do you think would put you out there more on the mainstream, or do you want to be considered mainstream, or do you want to stay underground for yourself, Marlon?
I want to make the music that feels good to me. I don't want to be categorized neither. I just want to, whoever gravitates to it. I'm very happy with the cult following that I do have. But it doesn't hurt to get out there more. I still believe in the power of word of mouth. Like, we can post 1 million flyers, we can post 1 million links, we can post 1 million fucking videos, but there's nothing like rocking a show live, which is not here right now. So we got to resort to things like podcasts to stay relevant, stay afloat. And that's what I'm doing too, you know, not just for me to stay relevant, but I want to highlight the people who's helped me along the way. And that's my way of giving back to the community. Every single person that I interview in my podcast, it's not all rappers, you know, some are mental health workers, nurses, teachers, business owners, and I definitely highlight Filipino Americans. So I'm doing my part to push the culture forward, you know what I'm saying? Especially for my fellow Filipinos.
And I was gonna say, in regards to the side of you representing ethnicity, how do you do your collaborations with other Filipinos or other people in that genre that you link up with to spread out more music?
As far as Filipinos to link up with, I've definitely worked with Filipino producers, Filipino artists. For this particular album, I did not, but for the next album, I got beats from some Filipino cats, you know, so Filipino or not, if you're ill, I'll fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? If you're dope, I'll fuck with you, you know, but I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want mainstream exposure, but all I care about right now is the quality of my work and the quality of my music. And if mainstream cats gravitate to it, the more the merrier. But if it's just my strictly underground heads, I'm happy with that cult following too, man. You know, like I feel content.
That's good, man. I was gonna say too, you mentioned about COVID-19 and everything. How are you adjusting right now? I know you mentioned podcasting was one way. Are you able to do online shows or teaming up with other people to do? Because I've seen comedians do this. They do like a $10 show and they do it online, like live stream. Have you ventured into that?
I've definitely done some IG live shows. I'm still doing the radio shows. Shouts to Unseen Legion Radio. That's the link that I sent you. And I'm still getting on other people's podcasts. Not mine, but getting on other people's podcasts to interview me. I'm shooting videos. I'm still putting out music videos. I'm writing the screenplays myself and doing some directing. So I'm exerting my energy somewhere else if the shows are canceled, you know? So I'm always in the studio, always looking for beats. I'm always creating, man, but I do miss rocking shows. I do.
And what do you feel is next for you with the project? Are you working on anything new for yourself?
So the album dropped 2 months ago. Act Two. All those listening, Act Two out on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all streaming platforms. Right now, we got 3 videos to shoot. We're almost done editing the first single. Change is gonna come, and then the next video we're gonna drop is Hanging On, and then the third one is your favorite, Walk Away from Love.
Good song.
And Walk Away from Love is probably the most streamed song I got in YouTube, but out of the album, it's the most streamed out of the album, and it's always the song that I don't think people are gonna like that end up loving, because I'm an underground hip hop head. Like, I didn't think that a island reggae type of vibe was gonna gravitate and connect, but it actually did. And I didn't think like the homies and the fellas would fuck with it, but it's actually the fellas that are like, yo, like that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But the ladies love it too, but I'm saying I'm surprised the fellas fuck with it, you know?
Yeah, and like you were saying too, with the songs that you thought weren't going to be hits are actually producing more for you, getting you more viewership. And I was going to say, what was the inspiration behind that song?
Which one, Walk Away from Love?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's definitely a collage of the memories that's happened to me, but it's also stories from other people, man. Like there's something different about a grown-up breakup. Like, it's one thing to go through breakups when you're in high school, college, early mid-20s, but it's another thing to go through that shit in your 30s, early mid-30s. Like, those breakups hit different, and especially with this quarantine, I feel like in this quarantine, a lot of people are seeing the true colors of their partners.
That's
so people
true.
are breaking up. People are breaking up this season, and I hope they can relate.
Yeah, I was going to say too, you think quarantine would be a great season to produce songs that are more on the sad side? Or would you rather just keep making those upbeat songs?
Yo, man, I feel like it's the season to produce, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's the season to stay in the studio more than ever. I mean, look at me, man. I'm just a rapper. Who would have thought I'd start a podcast? But I'm like 6 episodes in, you know? I got episode 7 to episode 20 locked out, edited, ready to go with just one push of a button. So I'm just been grinding, and I think it's important for us artists to like figure out how to stay relevant every year, because the business model of this music business is like, it's always changing. Like we got to learn how to adapt every year, but especially now for 2020. I mean, if we're not rocking shows, you better find something else to be creative with and still put out content, you know?
That's true. And I was actually listening to one of your podcasts. I believe it was right off on episode 1 where you actually mentioned that you did some acting.
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
I mean, I always did theater in high school and college, but I didn't pursue it like I pursued music, you know. But I would say May of 2018, I started taking acting classes again, and I spent like 6 months. And at the same time, I was definitely auditioning for theater. So I would say from 2018 to 2019, or even 2020, right before 2020, the pandemic, like I did like 9 theater plays, and
Oh, wow.
I did like short films, and I got one role in a full-length film called, I got a movie out called The Year I Did Nothing. It's now out on Amazon Prime. And a small, tiny role, like maybe 5-6 lines, but I'm definitely immersed in theater. I love theater. I love doing theater. And I got the lead role for a play called A Place and Time. I'm playing a screenplay writer who's an alcoholic that moves to LA to pursue his dreams, but ends up failing. But right before we were about to go on April, the whole fucking world shut down in March. So
Yeah.
We try to push it back to November, but I figured we're still not open. So I think we're pushing the play back in February. So
Very cool.
I'm back on stage as an actor in February.
That's very dope, man. I was gonna say, for our introvert hearers, what advice would you offer for people that are very shy, that are wanting to perform, doing either rap or even trying to persistently like you with doing acting? Do you have any tips for introverts?
I'm shy. I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying? I know it don't seem like it, but I am. But the fact that I am an introvert, that's why I'm a performer.
True.
Introverts, you are the perfect performer. I think the biggest performers I know are really introverts. Like, so I think if you're an introvert, I think you do have it in you to perform. I think introverts are introverts because they got no time for bullshit.
Yeah.
They got no time for games. They got no time for fake people. They got no time for surface bullshit conversations. They want substance. Introverts want substance. If you can't give an introvert substance, then it's fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But I think introverts are special people, man. Those are the strong ones.
That's true. You know, I myself being introverted, it was hard for me to come out of my shell for years. And you're kind of right on that. You're like, for me, for one thing, like I'm sure you had to go out there a few times and probably dealing with that anxiety of performing, but you just got to push through it. And like you're saying, I think we're just built differently. And it is very key for a lot of introverts to see that and have that confidence and just put yourself out there. And that was great, man, that you're actually sharing that on the different tip of between extrovert and introvert. And I was going to mention, man, were you part of any rap groups before or try to join with other rappers?
I was. When I was in high school, I was in a group called Salty Peanuts. And it's like a 5-man group, 3 MCs and 1 beatboxer and 1 DJ. And we did that till about freshman year of college. And that was my first demo. And that was in 2004, 16 years ago and shit. But like, yeah, but I've been a solo artist since, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've been rolling solo, but I do have a production team behind me that laces me with the beats. I got a studio engineer that helps me with the mixing and mastering of the album. So I got a team, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes teams are not easy to manage, It takes a leader to guide a team. And I would like to think I'm a leader, but I'm a very impatient leader.
Why do you say that?
I don't wait for nobody. So if they're not on the same page, I just keep going,
And I was going to say, man, do you have any stories of collaborating with other artists or anything like that where someone took your material or anything like that?
Nothing like that. But every now and then, sometimes, like, I'm all about action, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people can talk, but no action. So I'm the type of cat, like, if you're going to tell me we're going to make a song together, I don't believe it till we make a song together.
I see.
We actually got to follow through with our words and show up, There's a lot of flakes in the music industry, but that's how it is,
And I was gonna say, for your podcast, what do you have in mind? Like, are you still forming it right now, or do you have like a certain direction for it?
Man, I already got 20 motherfucking episodes. But I got 6 episodes out, but I definitely highlighted because Peter, like, I'm from the music business, you know what I'm saying? So I made a lot of mistakes, and also I've had my share of victories. So it's definitely a hip-hop commentary, music commentary podcast. And of course, I'm going to interview hip-hop artists, but I didn't limit it to that. I definitely highlighted, like, people who are contributing in social work, healers, nurses, because I feel like 2020 is such a turning point in humanity, in our mankind, that I must document our stories, including myself, because this is a turning point in the country, man. And there's a lot of people that built this country on their backs, you know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
It's like all my brown-skinned folks, minorities, all my melanated brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual war right now. It's a spiritual war. So the best thing I can do is to provide content that I hope that can help the kids and help the youth, because we're passing down gems to the youth on what not to do in this music business,
Yeah.
Because I fucked up enough where I feel like I can pass that down. Like, yo, don't do what I did, don't do what we did, But I feel like I want to put a special emphasis on mental health, like we don't take care of that enough, you know what I'm saying? Like, So I just want people to vent. To be honest, it's not like a therapy session,
Right.
but I take it back from the beginning. I really take it back to person's birth, elementary years, junior high years, high school years, take it back to their young adult life, their transition into like pursuing the passion that they did, the struggles, the challenges, like the ups and downs, So I think the theme of my podcast is for people who hasn't given up, People who keep striving to be better and people who keep evolving, because I think evolving is important, you know what I'm saying?
And what kind of set you on that road of mental health? What started that for you?
You're a very good interviewer, man. Yo, my man. Everybody better listen to his podcast, yo.
I'm just listening, man.
This guy's a good. This guy's a good. Yeah, you're good, you.
Thank you.
You're very, very good, you.
It means a lot. Thank you.
So what's up, man? What was the question? What made me start it?
Yeah, I noticed that you're mentioning mental health, which is a big thing for me too. And I was curious of like what started you on that path of mental illness, because it's very big. If you notice, recently I've seen a lot of Charlemagne, another great podcaster, and on the Breakfast Club, he's been advocating for that. And I've seen other artists talk about it, but it's not big enough yet. But for yourself, what started you on that journey?
So I work with kids with autism. I do behavior therapy for about 10 years now. So I work in the school settings as a one-on-one behavior aid, and I also do ABA therapy at the home. But I also do home care for kids with autism. So that was my, and that was I got my bachelor's in human services and mental health. So I just always wanted to incorporate hip hop and mental health. Like, I feel like if I ever have my own platform, I definitely want to mix both together, because if you listen to my music, if you listen to Act 2, the intro of the album, it starts off with being therapy. So I definitely highlighted mental health more in this album, because I just think people don't take care of that enough. I know it's a capitalistic country, man. Everyone's chasing money. Everyone's doing the most that they can to get that money. And I get it, because we do need money to survive. But I think for the first time in my life, I'm putting my sanity and my happiness first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a workaholic, man. You know what I'm saying? So I work a lot. If I'm not working with kids, I'm working on my career. So I am taking care of myself better, but I'm learning. I could be better. I could take care of myself more, bro. I mean, what the fuck is the good for all of our money if we're not feeling well inside and in here? You know what I'm saying?
Wow, man, those are facts. For people that are listening to that, it's everything you spoke was real and on point. Just the fact that there needs to be that balance. I think a lot of people just work too much and they forget to enjoy themselves or their family. And it's crazy you mentioned that. Recently, I've been thinking more of spending time with my mother and my father, because I'm caught up in doing all these things. But it's like, what about them? Anytime tomorrow, they might be gone. Those are the little things you have to take care of. And just even myself, like taking time to reflect, laying down, like I need to recharge. But those are great points, man. I think you have a lot of depth and deepness into your music, and it's like incorporated with your own personality and your own background, which I think is amazing. And I definitely wanted to ask you, what is your process when it comes to music? What is your writing process?
And by the way, thank you for having me, bro. I really appreciate you, man. If I forgot to thank you in the beginning, thank you for having me. Much love, dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I usually gather beats. Producers always send me beats in my inbox. But even when they're not sending me beats, I'm writing rhymes every day. So I live life. I try to live life to like make sure I don't have writer's block. I mean, my album just came out 2 months ago. I'm not in the rush to put nothing out, but already the producers are sending me beats like, yo, when's the next one coming out? Motherfucker, I just dropped an album 2 months ago. So everyone's already rushing me to put out the next album. So I'm like, yo, man, let's just chill. We just came out. So I think living life is important to make sure I have something to rap about. You know what I mean? So I try to be receptive to the negativity, the love, the hate, the jealousy, that the people happy, because you get both. Some people are happy for you, some people hate. So it's like I try to embrace all energy, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I soak up what the fuck's happening in this crazy world, and I
Right.
try to process this crazy ass world in the last album. But it's still a
Mhm.
crazy world. Everything right now, it's getting worse by the day. It's getting worse by the day, and every day we get to
Yeah.
wake up, I feel like, yo, man, every day's a blessing that we're still alive. Like, I'm alive today. Like, yo, man, it's a blessing, man, because they're telling us there's a pandemic, and even it's bullshit. Like, our own president got the
That was the funniest thing. Oh gosh.
our own president got the shit, and they're telling the kids to go to school. What the fuck? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of lives at risk, man. Like, it's not no joke. Like, there's a lot of lives at risk. So this year, 2020, I just need to do what makes me happy, and I'm pursuing my dreams, man. And like, what else? This life's too short. What are you gonna do with this limited time that you got? It's limited, man. It's not long.
Very true. You're right about that, man. And I do want to circle back to COVID, but probably towards the last question. But I was curious. You did mention in your podcast that you were an opening act for other artists. What were the artists that you were opening act for?
Man, to all my underground hip hop heads, Slum Village, Pete Rock, Dilated Peoples, Dog Pound, Scarface, Devin the Dude, Dub C from Westside. I can keep Dub C from Westside Connection, Sean Price, Guru from Gangstar, Pete Rock, for Stone's Throw Records, Roxy, Ono, Metaphor, DJ Rones from Loot Pack. I can keep going, man.
That's wild, bro.
Master A's, Sky Zoo, Elzai, Guilty Simpson, C. Ray Walls, Brother Ali, Immortal Technique, Big Pooh from Little Brother, Alchemist. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, you went off, man. You just went on a roll there. I was gonna say, what tip would you give to the young artist? What happened? Oh, sorry about that.
I'm usually not the type to name drop, but like, you know, I've done. I guess what I'm saying is I've paid my dues too. You know, like it's part of it. Perfect segue to the younger artists, man. Like, top 3 tips: study the craft. Study who came before you. If you study who came before you, it'll really help you appreciate the craft. Number 2, stay working. Stay working, man. Stay in the studio, stay working, writing songs, making songs, because there ain't no shows available. So you gotta be in the studio, man. Keep stacking those songs. Number 3, don't announce too much announcements online. Just action. Just action. Just get it done, man. No announcements. Don't announce shit.
Until you do it. You're right about that.
Just don't announce nothing. Just work hard, get that shit done, and then you announce it.
And I was gonna say, are you more on the independent side, or would you ever recommend to the younger to sign with a label and get money up front, or protect their music and their master, what's the master record, so they get the full money, if that makes sense, the perpetuity and all that stuff?
Yo, man, it's 2020. You got outlets like distribution platforms like TuneCore, DistroKid. Anybody with an email can make a YouTube channel, Vimeo. You guys know the rest. You know what I'm saying? Can you do it independent in 2020? Yes, everyone else is. You know what I mean? But should you strive for a major label for that bag, for that upfront money and that back end? Hell yeah, I want that money too. But I'm not gonna sell my soul for it. I'm not gonna change the quality of my music for it. If you get in this music business, you do realize it is a business.
Yeah.
But if you just want to be in this as an artist, then just be an artist. But I also believe you can be both. You can be an artist in this music business. But you gotta have your standards, man. Like, you gotta have your standards, you know, like don't don't sell out and don't sell your soul, man. You just gotta have your standards, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Stay true to who you are. Stay true to who you are, man. Make the music from your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff, man. I was gonna say for the last question for this interview is, what do you feel is the biggest lesson that COVID 2020 has taught you?
All we have in this life is our health and our loved ones. Our time is limited, and our time is limited, and our jobs is not as stable as we think. So you better always have an entrepreneurial side, because when the country decided to shut down, they shut us down.
Oh, no doubt.
And a lot of people lost their jobs. So you may think you have something stable, but not really. When it comes down to it, none of us are stable. They shut us down for 7 months now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that there's people like you, man. I want to say thank you, bro. Like, you're a good host, bro. You let me get that shit off my chest. Keep doing your thing, dog. How many episodes you got on now?
With you, it's going to be about 4, but I'm going to keep getting more stuff out there, man. Because like you said, I feel like maybe we're on the same thing with the podcasting, like the similar of a Joe Rogan style, have different people come on and just get their background and just see like what industry they're from and hear about them, you know, because I feel like everyone has something unique to share. And that's why I was like, when I heard your music and also your background, like there's something unique about you that I need to uncover and for people to hear about you, because it's not just your music. Because now that I hear about you, there's more of an incentive for me to like purchase your album that just came out 2 months ago. Because I'm just like, wow, I want to support an artist like you who's doing even more. Like, you're working with kids with autism. I wouldn't have not known that if I didn't do this interview with you. Like, it's great to actually do this, man. Like, I enjoy this.
Yo, Peter, I gotta get you my podcast, man, on some real shit. When we get off here, let me holla at you. I gotta get you on my shit. For real.
Man, I love to be on there, man.
For real, I gotta get you on my shit. So yeah, let's. When I get off, I'm gonna holla at you right now.
Sounds good, bro. Well, I was gonna say thank you, Marlon. This is gonna wrap out for the podcast. And if you ever want to support Marlon, I'm gonna put all the information on the description. And if you are on another podcasting like Spotify or Anchor, please check out the YouTube. I'll also try to put more information. Or if Marlon can right now, shout out some information right now about catching your album or any other way they connect with you.
Yo, to get my catalog of albums and mixtapes from 2005 to 2020, check out mcmarlond.bandcamp.com. All my mixtapes and albums are on there. My newest album, Act 2, now out on all digital platforms, including Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, everywhere. I got a podcast out. I got 6 episodes, MD Podcast, Spotify, Apple, Overcast, Stitcher, Pocket Cast. I'm dropping a music video called Change Is Gonna Come. First single for the album. We're dropping that on YouTube like tonight or today. We're almost done editing it. And all my introverts, don't forget, you're the strongest one in the room. Straight up.